welcome back to Sports Final. Prior to November, the Ithaca football team and men's lacrosse team were on the same 5-year losing drought as Cortland, as Cortica. And as we know, Ithaca football continued a losing streak to Cortland after this past Cortica. But on Wednesday, Ithaca lacrosse changing the course of this Cortica series. Early on in the game, Jenna, this one went from the light sun to under the lights. But early on in the game, John Janiskevich passing to someone he'll be familiar with, Josh Delapuca, who will make a couple moves towards the net, in for the first goal. Ithaca leading by 1. Now Bombers still up by 1 early on. Connor Johnston going towards the right side. Bombers on the right side for Cortland, going to the right, cuts around. Delapuca fires a shot past Sydenham. 1-1 with 6 minutes left in the quarter. At the end of the first, Cortland now with the lead 3-2. Mike Walker passes to Jake Cotton, who then gives it to Shumway. He'll fire in on net. Shumway pumped about that goal. 3-3 now the tie. Later on in the second quarter, Bombers up 7-6. Delapuca gives the ball past 3 defenders. He'll score 8-6, 30 seconds left in the half. Bombers now 15-8. Eli Gobrek runs down the middle of the crease, fires a shot from his right side over the head. The hometown kid puts the Bombers up 15-8 in the fourth. 6 minutes left now in the fourth. Bombers leading 15-10. Corey Becker making the moves, passing it to Zach Hobbs, who fires a shot past Sydenham. This one goes top shelf. 15-11 now. Inching in the score is Cortland. Bombers up still 17-11 with 2 more goals. 3 minutes left in the game. Stephen Morrell finds past Joe Scalise. The Bombers increase the lead to 18-11 as Mike Walker will kill the clock, and he'll have the final ball holding in this one. Ithaca wins their first game against Cortland in 7 years. Bombers now on a 6-game winning streak, improving their record to 8-1. Junior Jack Shumway and freshman Josh Delapuca both putting 4 goals past Cortland's Joe Scalise, who had 10 saves compared to one of the nation's best, Scott Sydenham, who saved 20 of the Red Dragons' 44 total shots. Despite the loss, Cortland still scored 12, 3 of those goals belonging to Zach Hobbs. Nate Barasovi finishing the night with 2 goals and 1 assist. And Sports Final reporter AJ Feldman was at Wednesday night's match covering this long-awaited Ithaca win to Cortland.
When the final horn sounded, the Ithaca Bombers had done something they haven't accomplished since 2009, defeating their rival, the Cortland Red Dragons.
They've beaten us 3 straight years in overtime, and I mean, senior year, you want to beat them. You're going to remember this game the rest of your life, so we want to come out on top, and it's a great game all around.
We kind of broke the hex, man. We've lost 3 years in a row in overtime to Cortland, so it's a really good feeling.
It's a really statement win for us, winning 18-12 against Cortland, who has been our rival. So I think it's a huge statement win for all of us.
Anytime you compete and beat Cortland in anything, it's a really good feeling. Those guys come and they get after it pretty good, and so we feel great about that.
Assistant coach Mike Salippo, he's been on me about this basically all year, Cortica, because we haven't beaten them in X amount of years.
I was excited for it. I think everybody was. I mean, best team we played all year. We're all looking forward to it.
After a 15-8 lead evaporated to just a 4-goal margin in the fourth quarter, the Bombers had to buckle down to avoid a repeat of years past.
3 errors is what we did. We had two loss of possessions and a bad clearance decision, and we kind of get out of what we did the whole rest of the game, and so we just said, just take a deep breath and get back to what we did for the previous 45 minutes, and this thing's going to work out. And so they found a way to do that.
We had one rough stretch. We kind of got passive and didn't want to go to the cage. Defense was kind of struggling and trying to do too much. But we knew once we settled down, we'd be fine and play like we did in the beginning, and we did, and we were able to pull away at the end.
Reporting for Sports Final, I'm AJ Feldman, ICTV.
It was a battle of the nationally ranked undefeateds in Empire 8 Conference play yesterday as the number 16th ranked Stevens took on 20th ranked Ithaca. The Bombers came into the matchup ranked 3rd in the nation on offense, averaging 16.38 goals per game. The Ducks have only seen 2 losses on the season, one of those a 1-point decision against former number 1 ranked Tufts. It was bound to be a quick-paced, high-scoring game that would have a lot of implications come tournament time. And we saw almost every kind of weather yesterday, from sun to rain to sleet. Kaylin Fitzpatrick getting things done early for the Bombers here. Rips that shot, 1-0, just about a minute and a half into the game. Stevens looking to answer with something here. A little down low pass, backhanded down low pass, Scott Sydenham. We are all tied up at 1. Ithaca's got a lead now. Brendan King looking to increase. He's going to roll around the crease, beat his defender, put that one down low, giving Ithaca a 3-goal lead. Stevens answers here to make it 4-2, but Morrell down the field field in transition. Jack Shumway, ripper back behind the net. No stopping that one. Second quarter now. Bombers working from low. Puts it past stick side Stephen Morrell. We're hearing his name a lot. So Stevens, they would add another goal to make it 8-3. But who else? John Januszkiewicz to Jake Cotton. Down low, high to low shot. He puts his hands up. He's celebrating on that one. Few seconds left in the first half here. Bombers looking to get something on before halftime. Andrew Dietz, hey, 0.2 seconds left. He says, I can take this. Ithaca up 12-4 at the half. Stevens looking to get something done as we had a very slow third quarter, 13-5. Hey, I don't think you're supposed to be celebrating when you're down by 8 goals. Stevens looking to get something back here again, trying to get some momentum past Scott Sydenham. So we're 14-7. That would be the last Stevens goal of the game here. Stephen Morrell in transition. No one's stopping him. So what is he going to do? Take it all the way to the back of the net. Ithaca would go on to win this one by a margin of 10, 17-7. The Bombers found scoring threats from 9 different players as they increased their winning streak to 7 straight. Sophomore Jake Cotton had 4 tallies on the day, and junior Jack Shumway and sophomore Stephen Morrell both recorded hat tricks of their own. Senior defender Eli Gobrecht matched his season-high 6 caused turnovers as the Bombers stifled the Ducks. The Bombers also outshot Stevens 54-21 and won 44 ground balls compared to Stevens' 27. Matt Ferrantini scored 2 for Stevens, and Carson White turned away 13 of the Bombers' shots on target. Ithaca returns to action on the South Hill in another nationally ranked contest against Empire 8 rival Nazareth this Saturday at noon. And we are now joined by our men's lacrosse analyst, Sports Finals own Kayla Tyler. Kayla, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jenna. Glad to be here.
So we were both at the game yesterday. What is so special about this year's Bombers team? Huge win for them yesterday.
It was a huge win, Jenna, and you're right. They are such a special team, and I really think that it is because of this incredible offense that they have. I mean, we're talking about scoring threats from almost the entire offensive team. There isn't anyone that can't score, which I think is incredible. And not only is it the offense, though, as we're seeing strength in the defense, we see strength at the goalie position. So all around, this is just a really solid team that seems like they're connecting together so well.
You mentioned strength all around. Is there someone that you can pick out, someone that's been the